Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Being a little under the weather, so I'm going to trade accordingly. Probably size down, and let me first come and do my daily checklist. I haven't slept well, maybe not very hydrated, so thinking of skipping today, but I already took some trades pre-market, and I'm roughly about $70 to $80 down, which is not too shabby. Still under my daily loss limit. Maybe I'll leave it at that or size down and see if we can climb back up to 0 or get up to positive. Define my trading window and respect it. Absolutely. Only take A+ setups. See if there's volume and narrative. I'll size appropriately. I'll trail stops. I'll re-enter after 2 consecutive losses. I have to work on that. I keep re-entering. Maybe that's just the style. The trade, micro scalps. But I need to work on that. Absolutely. Haven't set platform risk limits, but mental limits are still in place. That's why I'm doing this checklist. I'll size down or close the day after 2 consecutive losses. I absolutely need to work on that. I'll skip trading if emotionally tilted or fatigued. I've been resting, but definitely not emotionally tilted, so keep it a check. I'll protect my green days if I get them and don't force any extra trades. Yesterday was a good day for me, and I didn't force any extra trades, just the minimum to get my account for the day up to $400 in profit. I'll stream my sessions to reinforce discipline. That's what I'm doing right now. I'll use a stream review trigger after major trades or emotional pivots. I'll do a 5-minute post-session recap to reflect and reset. So now that's done. Here are a couple of the trades I took. Kind of in a drawdown. Could have stayed away from drawdown. Could have stayed away from gold. And my internet is playing up. It's raining where I'm. So maybe because of that, the internet is just not looking the best. If anything, I might just close the stream and leave. If there are any issues. But at the moment it's performing very poor. That's that. The gold trades. Couple of stops, pretty tight ones. And just been chopping me around. I thought that trend might continue, and I got into it, but didn't work out. The NAS kind of worked out nicely, and I kind of climbed out of the hole. The commissions kind of and I kind of climbed out of the hole. The commissions kind of sparked a bit. Also took a long here in the Dow. Thought that we might continue the rally, but we actually sold off, and I just got off at a small $5 loss. And that was like a stop in the money or right below it when we started rallying, but I'm glad to be stopped out there rather than taking a full. This was just a momentum trade. If the momentum continued, but I'd rather stayed in the trade and made some 50, 80, $100 or so. Light size, just 2 micros. Also with my NASDAQ, I'm going with 2 micros today. Usually it was 3 micros, but maybe it's going to be 2 micros and maybe adding a couple if the trade's working in my favor. But looking at this chop, kind of sick, but I want to trade is because I love the game. I love trading, watching the markets. I was predominantly a stock trader, low floats and stuff, and they were pretty hot in 2021, 2020, late 2020s. now I've switched to futures, especially for intraday and prop firm trading. And back when I started, there weren't many prop firms, and now it's just too many shops. They're all pretty good, and they sound like a scam. They can give you an account for about $100 for a 50K account. But the upside is huge if you know, other than putting your own money at the start. When I did put my own money, I burned through so much cash before I started seeing profitability, before I started managing the skill, managing risk. Before I learned to do that, you know, beginner's luck. I made a lot of money, lost it all. I gotta slowly climb back out of the hole. That was a trip. But I didn't know much about prop firms, and especially now in between different prop firm accounts. Let's say I've got a 25K now because I like the risk to reward profile, like how much you need to make versus how much you're allowed to lose. I like that you can get up to $300,000 worth of funding, which is 12 25K accounts or 650K accounts, depending how you look at it. So even if I get about 650K, 25K accounts, let's say yesterday I made 400, it would have been 400 times 6, so $2,400. Goes on the downside as well. Let's say I'm down $80 if I have 6, but if a couple of months go really well with prop firm, you know, my goal is to get up to 600K, 750K, or $1 million in funding, copy trading accounts, and then copy trading in between them to eventually managing up to $1 million in funding. And 1% of $1 million is $10,000 a month. That's the goal. 10, 20K, and then getting all those payouts, documenting that journey. Anyone wants to follow, and for my accountability, see what's working, see what's not working, because it's the modern age of AI. All the questions we knew, the answers are just shifting always. So conditions are shifting, and we have to adapt. And this is kind of a way of doing forward testing. You can back test as much as you want and be very mechanical, but there's a certain beauty that comes with forward testing and having discretion along with a mechanical approach. And that's what sets us apart. And that would push you in that, or push me in that 10% or 5% of the people that do actually make sums of money or are profitable in this game of trading. Definitely not a get rich quick scheme. It takes a lot of years, just like any other profession. If you were to be a lawyer, a doctor, it takes about 4 years, 5 years before you start taking any cases. And then even then there are specializations and keep learning, and that's why they call it a law practice or a surgeon's or doctor's practice, because you never truly learn. There's always coming in, there's always new things to learn, there's always ways to keep sharpening yourself to the new environments, and the core kind of remains the same. It's work. It's definitely not like becoming the first year. Maybe you can get beginner's luck, markets were favorable to your strategy, you make some sums of money, endorphins hit, you feel like you're invincible, you can make a lot of bank or a big career out of trading or whatever what security are you're dealing with. But eventually change character. Those trading instruments eventually deviate from your strategy. Like you can go into a losing streak, that means. And as a trader, that's when the true differentiator is for someone who can manage holds, get out of those moments where nothing's making sense, no strategy is working, and just living to trade another day, managing expectations, and all that sort of sweet stuff. So it's not just clicking buttons at the end. Anyone could do that. There's more to it, what I'm trying to say. And I think it's just been said so many times, but to actually put that in practice takes a lot of time. Time, dedication, and sincere effort. Looks like we're very volatile. Looks like we're trying to sell off a touch. Gold's just there. Not going to look at gold. Very risky for the Dow. Don't usually do this. But very risky. See that big wick come in. Apologies for anyone looking at the stream, and if the stream's not working properly, that's just my internet. Nothing I can do about it at this stage. So
order filled.
I'm going long. See if we can get out at yesterday's opening range high. My absolute stop's going to be somewhere around here. Let's see what happens. I know, like a 1-to-1. Already in drawdown in this trade, so we'll see how this one plays out. Interested to just take one trade and see if we can actually break out of that consolidation region and keep pushing higher and fill this gap that we created yesterday. For the NAS, still stuck in between the overnight range. And there's definitely a key support here at 791, 790. I'd like to see how it reacts. Definitely want to be a buyer here, but don't want to jump the gun. Because we could sell out for the whole day. And it's in no man's land at the moment. So we could come and revisit 760. I want to focus on the Dow, almost break even. And if we break out of the opening range, then we might get this trade into positive. Get some money out of this one. Nothing too shabby, just couple contracts. So the markets are definitely moving. Want to see which direction. Don't want to get too much drawdown on this one. Always been tough for me to trade the Dow. I feel like it's always coming to get me. You know, I'll have these beautiful rallies, up, consistent down, and whenever I try to enter, it will just pooch itself. You know? Right, and that's at a very interesting point. Could sell out more. Let's see how much. 70 points of the opening range.
Stop filled.
That's me getting filled in the Dow. That means Dow's selling off. Huge wick up and down, and I got chopped. $50 loser, nothing too shabby. Nothing too crazy. Nas looks very heavy.
Order filled.
Want to short it here. See if we can get down below. At least tap 2 4s. Really tempted to add in the NAS, so I'm going to do that.
Order filled. Order filled.
And I chickened out on that one because there's some strong support. Trying to lock in some gains as well. That's the opening range. It's pretty huge. Still haven't gotten out of it. Excuse me. Would you look at that? Dow just right back to the initial entry after completely taking me out. What a day.
Order filled.
I'm going long Dow again. See if we can get lucky this time. Get a continuation, break out, break above. See if that happens. Nah, it's still in that opening range. And that is the first 15 minutes. Trying to open it up. Just focus on one thing. Come on, Dow, you can do it. There we go. It's trying to break free, Dow. And then finding some resistance. Hopefully it's not too crazy this time.
Order
I'm
filled.
going long in the NAS as well. Feel like that was a finality. We're finding some strong support here. Wasn't the best fill, but we could see a continuation higher. If not, I'm willing to close it because I don't want to get into a drawdown into this one. Gonna be a quick scalp. Couple contracts. I want to see volume pick up here. Kind of take out all those shorts. What are you trying to tell me, Naz? Or are you trying to tell me? There we go. The volume picking up. Some good support at 760. I want to see a retracement at least up to 780. The Dow is just stuck literally at the entry. Wants to go, but some resistance there. Not liking that. Now it's looking good. It's holding up nicely here. Doesn't want to go down, so might just rip so up. Want to see some strong momentum. Not seeing that at the moment. It's just stuck. Right, Dow trying to make moves, but then there is resistance. So see if we can get it moving higher. Nas is not looking too good at the moment. Like a lot of selling pressure kicking in. Needed a nice big green bull candle. Still do it. Just stuck. Alright, looks good. And I'm adding to my NAS here.
Order filled.
Looks like we're gonna go and tap those orders. That's
Order
the
filled.
first TP. See if we can get the second one. Gonna be a stop break even.
Order filled.
A second TP could still keep going higher, but I think I secured my day. Went from negative to positive. And I'm counting on this Dow trade, which is not looking too good. It just peached down. I don't want that, so I'm going to tighten the stop. Might add to it if we actually rallying, but at the moment I don't see much good coming out of it. And that was a great read on the market. A+ setup. All right, looks like gold is rallying. I hate getting in the middle for gold, but let's see if we can get a pullback. I would like to keep my focus just on one security. And this is just too much.
Order filled.
Right, going long gold. See if we can get that fill. Or might just stop me out. But I'm not risking more than, let's say, $25 on this trade. Whatever I made on the day. Gonna be a hit or a miss. We're stuck right below the 50% mark of the overnight range, so I'm hesitant on the NAS. Dow looks promising now, so I'm going to add to
Order
it
filled.
and tighten my stop even further. Looks good. We can continue. I'll go one stop in the money. How about that? Just get some risk off the table. I just stop me out and then move. You know, the ATR, the range is pretty crazy at the moment. Might not rally at all from the looks of it.
Stop filled.
Yeah, that stopped me out on my first position. I mean, the second ad is still there. Worst point. And might just stop me
Stop
out.
filled.
And stop me out there. Not looking too good on the Dow. Let's see what gold's got to bring. Are we actually rallying? Looks like it. I'm going to add to my goal. Adding to
Order
gold.
filled.
See if we can get that fill. Otherwise, I'll manually close it because it's just a very choppy market. Looks strong. I used to short these moves, but I'm aggressively buying and adding to these 5-minute candles. Because I know they can just keep pushing, squeezing them shorts. And my orders are very reasonable. One big push is going to get them. Going to put me into not a fat green day, but a decent one. Let's see. My average is too close to break even now. I'll move my stops pretty close. I don't want to lose too much on this trade. Either hits my limits or takes me out. Simple trade. I like simple trades. The Dow completely pooched a couple of times, so not big losers in terms of dollar value and points, but still. Look at this chop. Up, down, you know. Not liking it. Same thing could happen to the gold position if we don't actually hit those limits. Because the market's very choppy at the moment. I'm giving it a chance. See if we can continue that. And if gold can prove itself. Gold is usually slower than the other markets, so if it wants to go, it'll go. It was consolidating for a while, and now it's trying to get out of that consolidation, so I'm giving it that chance to at least go and test the VWAP. So that's the logic or narrative behind it. Maybe gotta wait about 5 minutes on it. Not looking too good. Needs to just go. Now come for a deeper pullback like so. And it's going to dwindle down, chop around, and I don't want to be a part of that. I want this to continue. Straight up.
Stop filled.
I got stopped out in gold. First position. Still got my second position there. It can go fill me or get me out. Simple.
Order filled.
I'm going to try a short in the NAS. See if we can go test the low of the opening range. Very risky because this is usually a buy move, but I'm trying to go short because the momentum. Trying to catch the momentum. That'd be a good trade if we can get up to 720s. That'd be an extremely good trade. We actually break out of the opening range, break the low. Then I'll tighten my stop as well. Right now it's about 1:1.5.